Good evening and welcome everybody to another Roulette Rivals World Championships 2022 matchup. This is a group stage matchup. This is Group C. And our two competitors tonight are Rommel of the Far East and Janawham? Janawham. I think I'm saying that right. And, uh-oh. Hang on a moment. What happened? Has there been a delay? Well, we will be traveling to Paris. One of our maps, the first map, should be Colorado. After that, we should be off to Paris, and then we have a third map as well, which has been revealed if you're on the Discord server. But if you're just a viewer, then I will leave it a surprise. I'm unsure of what... I'm unsure what is happening with the players here. Yeah, something with the spin link. Spin link, it kind of just ran out. There must be some sort of technical bug. Just sit tight. Just bear with us, everybody. We'll get this sorted. I see our player is not online. Our second player, so the spin has been delayed. That would be the issue. So there will be a small period of, there's a grace period that we allow for players to hopefully make it to their keyboards or their consoles in time to be able to join us. I think it's maybe 5 minutes at a time up to a maximum of 15 minutes. I see my co-caster GKPunk has joined me. Are you there, Punk?
Hello, yes.
Hey,
Sorry
welcome.
for the delayed
No worries.
joining because of the one of the participants not showing up on time.
Yeah, it wasn't clear to me that was the reason why, but then when I switched over to the match scene, I saw, and yeah, that certainly would explain it. So, am I right in that the spin can be delayed a few times to allow this player some time to get online?
Yes, you're right. 15 minutes max to show up.
Okay, hopefully someone has reached out here to our other competitor. Hopefully it's not a case of forgetfulness, you know, although we're all human, so I suppose it's possible. Yeah, hopefully someone gets them on board with showing up to this match, because I know I want to see some roulette, and I'm sure people in chat do as well. Certainly the competitor, Rommel, is ready for a match.
Yeah, definitely. So, especially after the mass ping of tournament matches, all those people are probably
Yeah.
sleeping. Came back,
Yeah,
woke
some
up
of
just to
them
watch.
roll over half asleep and pull it up on their phone. I know I've done that before. Just sleepily watching and mostly listening to the action being commentated on. So if this matchup should end up not happening, then unfortunately that means Rommel doesn't get any points. Or is there like a defaulted amount of points that Rommel would get from this?
I think forfeit means 0 points. I don't think the way they do it is like he would win a 6-0, so it would just be nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it actually hurts in this sense because they don't do it in a way where you would be as if you won a sweep.
Right.
So yeah.
I understand that decision, definitely. You don't want sort of like inflated points being given out just because a competitor doesn't show up to the match. So that makes sense. But in the sense that, we don't want our competitors' time wasted. We don't want the shoutcasters' time or the match admin's time. And that's you. You're our match admin here for this one. So, yeah, there's a lot of effort, both in front of the camera and behind the camera that goes into making these matches happen. So hopefully Dirty Dawes just running a bit behind, and we'll show up for this match. I'm optimistic. I want to see roulette, so I'm hopelessly optimistic.
I think all of us are, especially like after the time thing you said, all of us dedicated our time to see some roulette, be part of it.
Yeah. I tend to push myself to like stay up late, later than I normally would, like on a night where I have work the next day or whatever. Because I don't mind getting a little bit less sleep or just trying to keep myself up a bit later so that I can either watch more roulette or try to cast more roulette. This is like RRWC is, I think, one of the greatest times for all of that match availability because it's just what's the number of matches? It's like 268 matches to be had over the period of just group stages alone, which is insane.
I think it's like 224 in the group stages, and the rest
Okay.
for the KO stages. But yeah, almost 300 matches.
That's insane. Gotta get it while the getting's good, and this is a good time. This is a good time to be a shoutcaster and also a roulette player and a roulette enjoyer. All these matches are awesome, especially because we get rookies signing up in these events and showing off their skill. That's always exciting to see some new faces showing up on the scene or some returning rivals, who were rookies last time and they bring some better game with them. It's fun to see the community grow and people get better and stuff and get further on in the events. It's neat to see this Hitman community lore develop before our eyes, That's what these events are.
Yeah, definitely.
Really hope that Jana shows up. Come on, Jana. We're all counting on you. This is your mission. Agent 47 needs you. Do we know if Jana has any like friends in the server or like someone who referred them in, because then we could peer pressure that person to reach out, find out what's going on.
I personally don't know of that information.
Yeah.
I tried to contact him.
Okay. Yeah, we have delayed. Have we maxed out the timer on the delay already, or is there still like another reset that we could hit?
That's up to 15 minutes past the hour. Yeah, that's the max time.
Okay. So yeah, unfortunately, we need Jana to be online by the time this countdown hits 0, or else it will result in a forfeit, which means no points for Rommel. And but even worse, no roulette match for all of us to watch together, which is a terrible thing. So don't give up hope. Don't give up hope yet, chat. Or do, if that's your speed. But personally, I'm not going to give up hope yet.
Yeah, still 6 minutes. Lots of records have been broken in that time. So.
Yeah, records have been set and broken in less time than the amount of time that we have for Janet to show up. So there's possibility. There's so much possibility in this 6 minutes.
Let's hope it wasn't a miscommunication, like, oh yeah, I said 8 a.m., not 8 p.m.
Yeah, that's a good point. In fairness, we are, although this is a USA match, so both players from the US should have a less of an issue scheduling things than, say, players from two totally different countries.
Yeah.
I know Kaneda is one player, at least, who lives in Japan, and that's very uncommon. I feel like there's not many players in that particular time zone in the community, and it can be quite difficult. It can be quite difficult to schedule matches, and sometimes miscommunications happen. In this case, though, I don't know what the time zone difference is. Oh man. Please show up, Jana.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a US time zone, can't be more than 3-4 hours, I guess, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, East Coast to West Coast is only 3 hours difference. But no, Jonas, it would not be a 6-0 for Rommel, because then in that case, anytime somebody drops out or doesn't show up for a match, their opponent just automatically gets 6 points, which would could be messy. Could be messy as far as
encourage players to hire Agent 47 IRL.
Yeah, make sure to you gotta do anything you can to make sure they don't show up for their scheduled match. Because people want to win roulette that badly.
Just place banana in front of their door.
In front of their computer as they're walking to sit down and play, they slip on a banana peel, and that's it. Green Guns rendered unconscious. That may be what happened to Jana, for all we know.
Yeah. Hope not, but
you should be prepared for that as a Hitman lover and player. I feel like we're all kind of prepared for that in some small capacity, Just you think about it, anytime you see money lying around and you're like, oh, maybe someone left that there for me.
I think generally it's a good advice these days to not go after money, not just because of Hitman, but the way the world is these days.
True. Risk-taking behaviors, for sure.
Yeah.
Everyone has their risk threshold set differently, but definitely should exercise caution when retrieving money from the ground that doesn't belong to you. So I saw a post on the subreddit one time that made me. It was like, what if the money that Agent 47 sees around the level, like the coins and stuff, are put there by other assassins? Or like, and that's why we see it and we just can't help ourselves from picking it up. Like we're just responding to somebody else's coin trap. And I was kind of like, oh my God, that's crazy, actually.
Yeah, that would be a good one of those special escalations they do. You just grab a coin and you just get electrocuted or something.
Yeah. You've fallen for the trap by grabbing the coin. You're under the falling object.
I think that's something they could have done in one of the 7 deadly sins where you were going up against the assassin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that certainly could have been like a unique implementation of that. Fun to think about, though. Maybe someday we'll get such a unique escalation. But it is not looking great It's not looking great for our competitor showing up for the
Yeah,
match here.
his Discord status changed from idle to offline, so
Oh man. May have been a deliberate move.
yeah, that's what I was discussing with one of the admins as well. But I'll let them figure it out in the back end what the final decision will be.
Sure. That's too bad. Yeah. Well, that does happen from time to time. Hopefully, it's simply a matter of something in real life coming up and preventing our competitor from being able to reach out. And situations like that can occur. So hopefully, that's all it was, and not just neglect of the obligations of agreeing to compete in something. Where people are just volunteering their time and trying to make time for one another. Yeah, these matches go a lot better when we all try to honor the commitments that we make. But like I said originally, I understand things come up, life happens. Yeah. Well, sorry, Rommel, and sorry, chat. Sorry, Punk. I'm sure you were looking forward to a match and a shoutcast here. I know I was.
Yeah, some sort of action.
I'll take what I can get. But not tonight, apparently. Tonight won't be the night. And this was the last scheduled match for the evening as well. Bummer.
Yes, yeah.
For
us NA folks, that's for sure.
Yeah. Next one is at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, at least for, if you're in the States here. 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. And then we also have them later. Let me switch to the upcoming matches scene here. We'll switch to them later, or matches later in the day tomorrow. We have one at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard, Astory versus K. Kenny. 1 p.m. we've got Observer versus Pinure. Leo Perk versus Joker at 2 p.m. 3 p.m. Joker versus Joe the Baby Grabber. Also at 3 p.m. TK47 versus Leo Perk. This is my group here. 4 p.m. we've got Swastik versus It's the Alex. 6:30 is a match that I am partaking in, actually. Pac versus me. That's 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. And then that's the last match for Friday, believe it or not. At least for right now. That might change if someone schedules a match for Friday night, but I don't think so. But Punk, how have you been enjoying RRWC 2022? Have you been having a good time, both from a spectator's point of view and from a competitor's point of view? Because I know you're actually entered in this one.
Yeah, it's, as usual, it's always exciting to watch. Probably not as exciting to play in terms of fun. I've definitely had the panics and shakes or whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
And brain dead moments. No, roulette brain, I guess, as it's trademarked.
Yeah. Those are definitely staples of roulette. I feel like when I first started out competing, I couldn't believe how nervous and anxious I was. But then I kind of, talked about it, and I heard other people kind of mention it here and there, and I was like, okay, so it is a thing. Like, it's not just me. It's I'm pretty sure it applies to everybody. And I imagine at some point you kind of develop like a bit of a hardened skin to it, but I haven't hit that point yet. And from what I hear of some longer term players, they still get this way. So maybe it never goes away. Just the thrill of competition, Yeah. But yeah, roulette brain definitely is a thing. Very easy to just kind of blank and just be like going through the motions of running through doors and stuff and running past frisk points, and it can be so easy to just kind of slip up, just make a momentary lapse in judgment of maybe only a second or two, and it can undo minutes of work. The joys of roulette, right? We love that drama and we love that action from a spectating perspective, but when we're actually holding the sticks, holding the controllers, and those moments are happening, it's quite a different sensation. Not so fun, for sure.
Definitely.
Well, sorry, gang. Sorry we don't have a match tonight. I can't help but feel responsible in some way, even though I didn't, keep this person from showing up for their cast. But hopefully everything's all right, and we'll see them show up for their other matches in the tournament. Rommel, thanks for showing up at least. Punk, thank you for being the admin for the match, stepping up and being ready to do that, and also for stepping in and being ready to join me as a caster as well. And chat and everyone watching, thank you for showing up and being ready to enjoy and support the game and the events and the community. So always really good to see everyone. Any final thoughts before we raid out of here, Mr. Punk?
No, thanks for inviting me to join you.
Of course.
Have a good day. Have a good night. Wherever it is, wherever you are. It's late for me too.
Yeah. It's getting late for me here as well. Looks like Munga actually just started streaming Little Nightmares 2. Do we have any friends in the Hitman 3 category, I wonder? No one I recognize. Let's just go over to Munga again. But thanks everybody. Have a good night. See you around. See you out there. Stay safe. Be good to yourself. Be good to other people. And we'll catch you at the next one. Till next time.